Hi, I'm Dr. Vera Tarman, hosting the I'm Sweet Enough, the September Sugar-Free Challenge. Okay, Nancy, let me just launch in and ask you, are you sugar-free right now?
Yes,
Yes?
yes.
So for how long have you been sugar-free?
Probably about 6 months. My husband's blood sugar was out of control, so we decided to go sugar-free. So we're going, there's no sugar in my house, nothing white.
Yeah.
We're ordering sugar-free wherever we can. We're recording, we're tracking. I think I did like an Atkins version when I was in my 20s.
Okay.
I lost a ton of weight and promptly put it all back on.
All right, okay. So what made you decide to join the sugar-free challenge this September?
I want to join in and I want to stick to it because I cheat. I
Uh,
do. My husband doesn't, but I will. Yeah. So I want something to motivate me to stay with it for
okay.
30 full days. And I have a really hard time my whole life making anything a real lifestyle change. Like actually just doing it forever. My grandson will be here and I'll make him white toast for breakfast and I'll have a piece. I know I shouldn't have that. I've got my own bread. But I'll do it without even thinking about it. And then afterwards, like, I shouldn't have ate that. But I did it. Or we'll be out today. We went out for something they call hot dog Sunday, and I should have just ate the wiener, but I ate the bun. I make bread with almond flour.
Oh, really? Okay, so no sugar, no flour. Do you eat grains?
Nope. I would have to not go out to eat.
Wow.
But that's not going to happen. So it's got to be me in my head saying, okay, we're out. There's hot dog buns available, and I'm not having one. I think it's in my face. It's
Yeah.
there. Yeah, I think it's just because it's there, and I have to learn not to eat it just because it's there. We don't generally keep non-cheap food in the house.
Yeah.
So on a day-to-day basis, it's not really available. So I don't crave it because
Uh-huh.
it's just not here. It's when we're out or when we have others over. I can't subject my family to cheese buns. I'll eat a cheese bun, but I can't make them eat a cheese bun. So I'll buy white flour foods for them.
And then it's
And then it's there. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, it's just me. I have to decide. So I thought if I joined a challenge for 30 days, then I can make my head can say, okay, you're in the challenge. Okay,
Right.
you have to weigh in. Okay, you have to check,
Yeah.
check on myself a little more often.
It's
I have to
almost
write.
like you'll make a decision somehow because you're accountable in the group.
It's the accountability that I need. I went with a gastric bypass from 303 pounds down to 150 pounds. Then I put 50 of it back on, went back down 30. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm up and down a lot, but I would like to lose another 30 pounds. At one point, I couldn't do a seatbelt up.
Uh-huh.
So, that to me, that's a non-scale. That's a big thing. I could all of a sudden do a seatbelt. I have to make my mind up that it doesn't matter if it's in the house or not,
Yeah.
or if it's in front of me or not. I'm not eating that. I'm a recovered alcoholic. I was able to say I'm not drinking that. There can be alcohol in my house and I don't drink it.
Yeah.
So food is another issue. And I think for me, it's directly a transfer addiction. I went from not being able to eat the food with the bypass, especially for the first couple of years. I'm 10 years past that, to transferring to something else. And I transferred from food to alcohol, then back to food. I don't have any enormous obstacles in my life right now. I'm retired. I'm living the life. We're traveling. So yeah, it's just me. I have to decide what's in my head that's blocking me from just not eating it and
So,
not drinking it and not. It'll make me accountable.
yeah.
Uh, Publicly accountable if I'm on Facebook, and not publicly like the whole world can see it, but
Yeah.
to that group. It'll make me more accountable. So between that group and my weekly weight loss group and my husband, he keeps tabs on me and points me out when I do things because we started all this around his blood sugar. I know I have to track my food. I know I do better when I track,
Okay.
when I make myself accountable to myself by writing down everything that goes in my mouth or putting it in my phone or whatever.
Yeah.
I know I have to drink a lot of water.
Okay.
It's almost like a trigger to me. If I don't have enough water, something else is going in my mouth. So I better keep the water bottle beside me at all times. I obviously have a very addictive personality.
Yeah.
It's just I've been through treatment 3 times, so I have the words. But I do know 30% of bypass patients do have an addiction problem, not necessarily to alcohol, but it could be gambling, shopping, or whatever.
Yeah.
And because we don't deal with our food issues before we deal with our food issues on a very drastic level. When all of a sudden there is no food, because especially that first year, you have no capacity. Food's not an issue for you at that point. So all of a sudden you're not stuffing down the food, you're stuffing down something else.
Do you think that the bariatric physicians, the surgeons, are getting more aware of this whole phenomena of alcohol post-surgery or food addiction?
I believe the scientists are.
Yeah.
I'm not trickling down to those doctors yet.
No, not yet, eh?
No, they sort of bring it up as like I said, I'm 10 years past, but I do keep in touch with people. And it's just brought up as by the way, this could happen, and move along. I personally think they should be doing some kind of, there's a reason why I got to 303 pounds, and it wasn't having a good relationship with food, let's face it.
Yeah.
So when they took the food away, something else had to give, in my mind. Not everyone's, obviously, but in my mind, something else had to give. And that's what happened. So,
yeah. Because you've been struggling with food for a long time.
My whole life. I was a fat child. I never grew out of that. I never became a fat person. I was never a thin person. I was the big kid in my class all the time. I was always the big girl standing in the back with the boys. All the processed foods came online, and those were all in our house. Oh yeah, because they both worked. My mom was a nurse, shift work. My dad worked shift work. All those foods, as they became available, they were ours. We had those. I don't think my parents still haven't really connected those dots. They're in their late 80s now, and it's not a concern for them. But it's very much when you shop, sticking to the diet that we try to stick to now. We'd never enter the center part of the store. Other than run down an aisle and grab garbage bags. We do the outside edge and leave. You have to know what's going in your mouth before you put it in your mouth. And planning. You got to know what's going in your mouth during the day before you start your day, or you just eat, you graze. You can't, if I start grazing, I'm done. Yeah. And I can't beat myself up over it. I've learned that too. It's one day at a time. Get the junk out of your house. It just shouldn't be staring in the face. Family's got to be online with it, or you'll just get, if your kids want Kraft dinner and you're making broccoli and Kraft dinner and breaded chicken fingers for them and unbreaded chicken for yourself and whatever, you'll never make it, especially if you're working. So your family has to be on track with you to do this, so you'll never make it. Okay, thank you for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye.